Welcome to the Nerd Migos. I'm Jamie.
I'm Chris.
I'm hungry.
And I am Michael Morales, the first.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, first is my name.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
So there's no...
Sound more regal with that title.
Alce Morales.
What are your house words?
Donut. I'm saying it because he's eating a donut.
Yeah. I know what my house words are.
Caught you off guard there,
What's
didn't you?
your gun there?
Slightly off
You
guard,
were
yeah.
not prepared.
Mike was like,
yeah.
I'm going to be all cool with this, the Michael Morales the first, and then...
And then it just failed.
That's
It just it fell apart. That's fine. That's fine.
So I've been playing a lot of Injustice 2 lately.
Yep.
Ooh!
With I basically got it because there's Ninja Turtle characters that you can. You know,
So did you get the Super Duper Deluxe Edition with all the bonus characters and everything?
Yeah, so
cool.
there's-
With Hellboy and stuff?
Yeah, Hellboy.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing as Hellboy. I've been
Yeah.
playing as the Turtles, but you can switch between the Turtles, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Great
I love
game.
it. But I only got it because the Turtles were in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
But
And
it's cheap enough now that it's
Yeah.
well, you know what I mean? It's not like you...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great game, though.
And just so you know, I know who would win in a fight between a Ninja Turtle and Aquaman. Ninja Turtle, because I beat Aquaman as a turtle.
Would that be, though, Jamie as a Ninja Turtle would
Yes.
win against Aquaman as an AI?
Let's
Or
like...
Aquaman is Jason Momoa.
It is
Yeah.
it is so ridiculously. It's not right.
Look, I understand like it's a fighting game and they can't be realistic. But any time where there's a fighting game where there's Superman in the fighting game, it's not a contest of who would win. It's like, how quickly can Superman...
Or how quickly can you run away? Knock him out, maybe.
How
just a little
quickly
bit.
can Superman win the battle?
The way they try to address that is they bring in like they've got dampening stuff for Superman, like crypto, you know. Yeah.
I know. But
You know what?
The only characters I've been having trouble with lately is Firestorm and,
Okay,
and
yeah.
Red
Apparently-
Hood.
Oh,
Red Hood
really?
is really tough.
Okay.
Apparently Firestorm has like a million bazillion like in-air combos. Once you get in the air, like you're pretty much just like stuck in the air because she'll just keep you like basically that airlock. It's just
But I must say, the Injustice games have probably got... I mean, obviously a bit biased because it's comic, but it's got really good stories. And
the
they've even
Batman
got
we all love.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I
And
love that.
Yeah,
That I'm Batman booming voice.
definitely. And the comic series that went along with it was just... It's just...
I hear the first games that run were quite good. The comic
It
stories
is,
between,
written by Tom Taylor, who was a full-fledged DC comic book writer at the time.
Yeah.
That story is amazing, and the art in it as well. When you see Superman punching the Joker through the stomach,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. It's a great story though, but it's kind of like it's a story I've always wanted to hear. What if Superman went bad?
Yeah.
I think that's the story everyone wants to hear
Yeah.
because essentially it's like going, if you have that kind of power, what taking over the world isn't really. It's not a question of could you do it? It's a question of should you do it.
And what is it? Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Well, no, but is it corruption though? Because if you could, super, and I guess in defense of evil Superman, if you could take over, if I Superman could take over the world, and I would say no crime can be committed in my cities, or else I'll come down and find you. That's a fairly strong enforcement for no
And
crime.
it's a believable one.
And it's a believable enforcement. Rather than saying the cops are like, no, if I hear you committing crime, I'll come and I'll kill you.
That's an interesting question, Chris, because then that raises what is good and what is evil. Because you could be evil Superman and then enforce the law and say no crime in my city or else I'll come down and pop your skull.
Yep.
Well, then that's lowering crime. That's, so it's like, well...
Fear, but that's ruled by fear.
The classical libertarians will say, I'm also taking away freedom.
Yep.
Sure, and to some degree, yes.
But in that story, that's how it all started.
Yeah,
and everything was fine for a while. Until the steps were taken and it just got worse and worse, and it no longer became about if you break the law. If you don't follow my ideals.
Yes. See, and when Superman enacted Prima Nocta onto the whole entire world, that's when he crossed that line. I've actually never read the comics. I'm assuming he enacted Prima Nocta.
Yep. Yep.
It goes.
And then Batman was up to lead the resistance against Superman.
You see, Batman would lead the resistance against Superman, even if Superman was doing completely perfectly. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Like, he would just do it because
like, you're doing it too perfectly.
He was born that day.
Yeah, exactly.
Another one that I'd actually be really interested in is Superman Red Sun.
Yeah, that's one of my
Where's
favourites.
Russia,
where Superman came down and was raised in Russia.
Yep.
Then
he was Stalin's right-hand man.
Yeah, so I would love to see,
And it's written by Mark Millar, who wrote Civil War, who wrote Kick-Ass and all those fantastic stories. It is an amazing story. Even if just to see Batman in a Russian fluffy woolly hat with his little bat horn sticking through the top, it's amazing.
Red Sun Superman. There's so many interesting stories you can do with Superman. That it fails me that Hollywood still can't. It's actually a really interesting character if you do it properly. But
well, he's supposed to be the incorruptible.
Yeah,
you know the there's no way. We do it my way. Not we do it my way. Like truth, justice, and the American way. You know what I mean? Like it's just...
What I've loved about Superman too is that like Superman for me, he's one of my favorites because he is the god level hero.
Yeah.
And for him, it's not a matter of like, can you defeat them? It's a matter of like, will he? If he chooses to. He's always been the wild card of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like they get themselves into trouble, and then where's Superman? And then so it's like that's what I love about Superman is that he's this superpowered god level hero.
And in most of the good sort of Justice League stories, it's Superman gets taken out first by a surprise attack. And then it's all like, let's hold off until we get Superman back in the game.
When you think about it, because that's exactly right, and that's the villain thinking smart.
Yeah, take out Superman.
We're not going to be able to kill Superman. Let's just get rid of him. Do what we can do as quickly as possible.
In the comments, Adam can fight Superman at his level. That's there's a few villains that can do it. Let's this kryptonite suit against the older versions of Superman. Yes, against modern new. And I've heard a lot of Superman purists be upset the fact that over the time he's actually gotten a lot more powerful than what he originally intended. Like the original Superman was like faster than a speeding bullet, could jump over a tall building, and now he's like, I'm a god level god.
Evolutionist.
And I don't mind that. And a lot of purists would say he's not meant to be completely invulnerable. He's meant to be weakened. But
it's almost like this childhood game kind of thing when I can do this and like I can do that and they keep building and building on it.
Yeah.
Until
I think I can't remember which comment it was where he unlocked this special form.
Are you talking about the electricity Superman?
No, we got like unleash all his powers at once and then
that was based on the Krypton god was Ra. Because obviously it makes sense. Superman gets the power from the sun.
Yeah.
And two, believe it or not, the two of Ra's disciples, one was actually called Nightwing, was the original Nightwing who was Firebird, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Came down and pretty much that happened, and then Ra was resurrected and taught Superman, hey, this is like 50% of what you could be.
Yeah.
You could be me. You are my successor.
Yeah.
And then he unlocked. I think it was once a month or something. He could use like a supernova.
He basically. But
massive,
the main issue is once he did that, all the sun left his body.
And he's mortal
and so he was actually mortal for a bit.
Yeah.
And so then he had to basically sit there and recharge again as a mortal because essentially it was just basically the expulsion of everything from him.
And you can imagine the stories that would come from that if the villains knew that Superman was mortal for a day.
They would be coming at him like non-stop.
Exactly.
But again, see, interesting stories, interesting characters. Come on, movies.
Come on, do it well.
Let's do this.
Well, the way it's going.
You can do it. So... Injustice.
But the point is, the Turtles can't really carry their own franchise at this point.
They could. They've got the same problem as DC.
What's that problem?
Writing and directing. Give us. I honestly reckon James Gunn could do a good crack at it.
Yeah, he could.
I mean, he's had that experience with Guardians, with all the different kind of creatures that you have there, like when they went to nowhere and so all that kind of thing. The different kind of what I like to call Guardians Star Wars Cantina moment.
Yeah.
They had all of that there.
I'd like to see Guillermo del Toro's take on the Turtles. I think that'd be really fascinating.
I was just about to say
actually,
that.
you know what?
What about James Gunn?
With all those puppets, I'll be like, oh man, come on.
I've always
give me that puppets.
I've always said if I got the reins to a turtle movie, he would be the first one I go to, like just for design.
He's got what? He did Blade 2, which was amazing. Was amazing. Then Pan's Labyrinth, all that kind of.
I know it's not a bit popular, but they're turtles, they need to have beaks like a turtle. No, and they need to look like an actual turtle. Like I've seen people say, "Oh, this is how one would look like." I was like, "That's a frog with a shell."
But I guess that's what it comes down to. What you would prefer? Would you prefer it to be?
Well, originally they had tails.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're actually not based off turtles. They're based off tortoises.
Oh, okay.
I like the idea that when they were originally like 4 foot or something, weren't they? Like originally they were.
Oh yeah, like Tom Cruise height. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tom Cruise is Leonardo. No,
a little bit shorter. No, but yeah, I'd love to see the.
I like your James Gunn. I reckon could do it with
Taika Waititi.
Because the thing is, because James Gunn can nail that team. Yeah, obviously with like Guardians.
Well, Guardians, he did pretty damn well with Guardians, yeah. Who, like, I'd heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy before they came out, and I'm sure we all did, but no one knew about the Guardians. All they did was like this space team. It's going to be a space opera, and look how well it was done.
Look, it's done quite well, but do I think that means all James Gunn's films are magical? No.
No, I've got
all of them. Look at his track record. Apart from Guardians and Super, it's pretty bad.
Have you ever seen a James Gunn movie called The Belko Experiment?
I have not. Is it good?
That is really good.
Okay.
The premise of that is so there's this workplace being monitored by the government.
Yep.
People are in there. All of a sudden, it goes into lockdown. Voice comes over. You need to kill 10 people,
Okay.
Or we're going to kill 80.
Oh,
they
yeah,
kill
I've
10
heard
people. Okay, now you need to kill 50, or we're going to kill 200. And it's kind of a last man standing battle royale feel. And then
there's one good battle royale movie, and it's a Japanese made movie called Battle Royale.
and that has been ripped off so many times.
And that movie is sensational. It is literally just you watch it and go, I can't watch another film for a while now. I've seen the film.
Delightful.
It is like
that is fantastic.
The tangent when they show the video to the kids about like the battle royale, they go, here's some of you guys got really interesting weapons, and they're like, some of them are quite crap. So it depends on what you get.
Because it was just luck of the draw.
Yeah, and the guy's running around with like he's got like a trash can lid, and then then this arrow goes through his neck, like. And I was like,
and then another dude's got an M4 battle rifle.
Every movie that has some sort of dumping people on an island or dumping people in a section and fight it out, put it to death, he's taking something from battle royale.
Everyone's taking everything from battle royale. Like,
even
the dystopian society that comes to the point where entertainment is basically watching a failed school. Basically massacre each other, But I digress again. Should James Gunn do Turtles? Let's not forget he did Guardians, but he also did Scooby Doo. So there's a good chance that your Turtle movie will become Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
put it this
way. He did Scooby Doo, then he did Guardians. He's still they're still learning, they're still changing.
Yeah, it would have been worse if he'd done Guardians and then
Scooby. Well, look, to be honest, if I hear James Gunn,
in defense of that Scooby movie though, it wasn't the worst thing in the universe.
No.
There are far worse movies. And the fact that they got Shaggy's casting so
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
He's Shaggy.
I was like going, by that casting alone, I was like going, well done.
The voice.
Yeah.
The voice.
Yeah.
He didn't really have to put it on that much.
No, the casting was spot on. I was like going, well done, sir. So look, I'll walk back my statement as a man of honor and say, fair enough.
Look, if I see the name James Gunn attached to a film, it will probably get me through the door.
But we used to think about, we used to say the same about Joss Whedon too. So
but what has he done since Avengers?
Joss Whedon, not much.
Exactly.
No.
So he got us through the door in his last couple of films.
Well, you know what? I did a bit. I know he did a bit of writing for Marvel. He wrote a couple of series of Astonishing X-Men for a while.
Look, again, Joss Whedon's made some amazing things in his life. Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Firefly.
Yeah, and those two things are pretty good. So, like... And I'll even say he's the spin-off Angel actually more than Buffy.
It was pretty good,
He also did the movie too, didn't he? Serenity?
Yeah, Serenity,
Yeah. So he's made two amazingly awesome franchises.
Not everyone's going to have 100% track record.
Oh, no.
Not everyone's Hans Zimmer.
If you see a movie scored by Hans Zimmer, you know the score is going to be absolutely
I was at work the other day, and I just sometimes I just have my phone on shuffle on the radio, like through the Bluetooth.
Hans Zimmer.
And then all of a sudden, I got Hans Zimmer came on from King Arthur, the King Arthur movie, and it's like a 20-minute track of the the main theme from King Arthur for 20 minutes. I was just like, yeah, everything.
Is that the which King Arthur movie? That was the Clive Owen King Arthur movie. Yeah, and also like
so awesome.
The Last Samurai.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've actually watched that movie like a lot fairly recently. And I can see some. I understand people have problems with it because like it's the white savior thing. I actually disagree with that. I actually strongly disagree with it because it's not because the white savior thing is like Dancing with the Wolves, but the white savior going guy from like Western society comes into like with the Indian tribe and then gives them guns and teaches them how to fight Western and win. No, this is the reverse. He comes into
the culture.
They don't fight like a Western army. No, he becomes samurai. He's
not like I'm going to take this part and then put some guns with it. No, he's just like I'm fully embracing the samurai.
And because the thing is, he was a lost soul, and then he found he discovered his piece in Bushido, the code of Bushido. That's what I love about that movie. Is he's just a product of his own military service.
But would that movie be the same without that score from Zimmer? No, that score from Zimmer is just literally it's to that point where, like, you know, that, like, I've watched the movie so many times, and I still get to the moment where they're charging, the guns are firing at them, and I'm still going, go, you could make it! You could make it! Even though I've seen it enough, I know they're going to die, I'm still like going, go! Do it! And that, I mean, but, you know, credits to Tom Cruise did an amazing job in that film. That was an incredible piece of. I mean, that was an incredible movie in terms of he acted well. So I'll give him.
He's not a terrible actor.
No, I'll give him credit for that movie. I don't like a lot of his things, but that one was that because he was the right kind of arrogant dickhead to be to be that kind of like to be in that sort of movie. So
justice.
James Gunn doing Turtles. Yeah.
No, look,
I agree. We need some good Turtles. We need
back onto the Hans Zimmer cast. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Hans Zimmer cast. Now let's talk about someone who's collaborated with a lot. Celloist Tina Gow, who did the Wonder Woman theme song, which obviously we all let's all
welcome to the class, you nerd me guys.
Next week we're going to be comparing Zimmer to Steve Jablonski.
Hey now.
We're not having snacks anymore. It's caviar and white wine.
As a segue, who would win in a fight between Zimmer and Williams?
Now, before we
continue, what kind? Musical
fight? Musical score fight.
Because in a fist fight, Zimmer hands down.
So like a good old
fist fight.
In a Chicago hardcore street fight.
Yeah, Zimmer hands down. Zimmer hands down. Zimmer could. Well, he looks wily.
He's a tough character.
He looks like he can do it.
But then, how much prep time does John Williams have?
If John Williams has more, good question. Look,
well, see, John Williams is the top of the pile, so the other guy would have the drive for it.
Yeah,
the desire to win that fight.
I mean, okay, so look,
Scrapper.
John Williams has scored some obviously the most iconic things that we can remember, but not all his scores are memorable.
Like
he scores a lot of things, and so you remember the big ones.
So he's more quantity over quality.
Well, no, I mean he's a legend that deserves respect.
Oh yeah, definitely, but like he just pumps out more.
Yeah.
Welcome to the soundtrack episode.
All right.
No, well, because of playing Injustice, I got thinking about all the who would win in a fight versus
definitely.
I found some whack. I mean, my favorite one is like who would win, Kevin McAllister or the Predator. And then they say how much prep time does Kevin have, and is it at his house?
Again, like that's a fairly good point because I've been actually doing a thing on YouTube lately. I've been watching all these like doctors comment on like injuries videos.
Okay.
And there was like an ER surgeon who did a commentary on like the Home Alone thing.
Yeah.
He was like, that person's dead. That, like,
horrible.
That's severe like lateral trauma.
One of the robbers got shot in the face with a flame, like a Bunsen flame or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
And then they're thinking, for that, him to touch the door handle to be that hot with a mark, that would burn his, like, literally, and
all it was a little bit of scar.
It would literally, like, burn his hand away.
Yeah.
But I was also reading another one, there's this British doctor who does a lot of things on that sort of stuff, and he watched Iron Man, the first one, and it was actually, he also mentioned that, like, the whole shrapnel thing doesn't really work, because the body actually is designed to prevent that from happening.
Okay.
So if a piece of shrapnel goes into or near your heart, your body will put it in as almost like a flesh cocoon and then move it away quarantine away, then move it away from the area of danger. Wow. That's how your body does it.
You know how they can get around
So all that work for nothing.
Exactly. You know how he can get around that?
How?
That guy in the cave with him was just experimenting on him.
Wow, that's a dark twist.
Good old yin thing.
Yeah. Essentially, if shrapnel goes through and doesn't kill immediately, your body will generally try to take care of the small microfractures.
That's a cool concept. I like the
concept.
That's cool.
I can't remember what they did, because they did a similar concept when they first did it in the 60s, but I'm not sure what the injury was that required him to have the iron lung. I can't remember what that injury was in the original comic. But that was really funny because obviously over the time you see him with this big sort of iron lung and he's like plugged into like the PowerPoint. Because obviously of the time.
I'm going to defeat you. How?
I'm going to defeat you once I find a 5-minute extension lead.
Or if you wanted it to be a maniacal plan, just call Energy Australia and don't tell anyone and just say, cut off the electricity at this address for a while.
He's got a solar power.
Exactly.
He would definitely want to make sure his electricity wasn't paid.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
If he got it overdue.
Honey, did you pay the electricity today? No. Oh, I'm dying tonight then.
Yeah. And that's how he discovered solar power.
Nice.
Carried like a hamster on a wheel with him, but power. All right, who would win in a fight between Boba Fett and the Predator?
Ooh.
Predator, hands down.
Explain, Chris.
He's invisible.
He's invisible.
Yeah.
Do we know what kind of scanning systems Boba Fett has in his helmet?
In his helmet?
It's a standard Mandalorian helmet.
But here's the thing that I would also... So, again, the one thing that we're never really sure on is Boba Fett actually a Mandalorian?
The armor looks kind of
close. No, it is armor of a Mandalorian.
Okay.
They've been very clear of that in the new canon. But what they haven't been clear on is he
did he take that armor from a Mandalorian?
Is he actually a Mandalorian? Because Jango, the whole thing was Jango Fett actually a Mandalorian, or was he just a bounty hunter that killed the Mandalorian and took his armor?
So I think this was explained in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
that's why they cloned him, because they thought we want another Mandalorian army. So they made the clones because apparently I think Boba Fett was actually the Fett line was the last of the true-blooded Mandalorian line. Because Mandalore, the Kingdom of Mandalore was actually a conglomerate of races. Me and Chris were talking about this earlier this week. It's actually
as we do.
The
importance of history of Mandalore.
And the Mandalorian Wars and their conquest on the galaxy in the Third Age.
Well, I think I'd go with Predator, just technology based, and that's what they're bred to do. Yeah. They're bred to hunt.
So he's like hunting. He's like hunting.
And whilst the armor is iconic, let's not forget that Boba Fett shot a grappling hook at a Jedi, who then deflected it quite comfortably, then cut off the end of his gun, and then he was defeated by his backpack being hit by a stick in the fluid wall.
Also,
that's not a good.
But Chris, also let's then pit that same Jedi against a Predator. The Predator would have no chance. Not even a little.
Because again,
he would close his eyes. He would sense the Predator.
A Jedi versus an invisible Predator. He can sense the movement. There's no invisibility.
Boba Fett actually did quite well against a Jedi. In terms of now, Jedis are quite peaceful. They don't, but he still would have been annihilated. Like, had he fought a Sith, he would have been obliterated because the Sith's raw aggression would have annihilated him. But I don't know. I'm sort of in the Boba Fett camp.
Okay.
I'm like, you know what? I've always loved Boba Fett. I think he's incredible.
Like you said, we don't really know who's in the...
No.
Yeah.
And you don't know if you're dealing with...
Be a wicket.
Are you dealing with Boba Fett with today's technology, or are you dealing with Predator with 60s, 70s technology? Like,
And which type of predator are we dealing with now?
Apex predators or the standard predator?
Yeah, because now we've.
I would say the ones that they send to Earth for training.
The standard.
So not the sword wielding samurai predators with the.
I'd probably still say predator.
Okay.
Cool.
With the shoulder cannon and the blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the Predator would annihilate both. He'd just be like, shh, with the blade.
Yeah, he's got a shoulder-mounted plasma cannon. It's just like...
Yeah.
And some of them have two, so some of them have two, like...
Oh! Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And even then, they have the self-destruct thing as well. So.
And that's what I'm talking about the Predator law. Are we talking about a Predator that they... So basically, a baby predator, like a teenager sent on his trial, or one that's passed his trial.
An elder.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'd probably say at least someone that had passed his trial.
But then Boba Fett has no chance against a predator that passed his trial.
Let's say this: the Boba Fett would kill the teenage one.
And then he might have a shot. Yeah.
But let's say he kills let's say Boba catches on and manages to kill the teenage one, and then the elders, as is predator tradition, the elders then come to that planet and then go perform a ritual for that predator to become human. To become a full-blooded predator. He would then have to fight the elders, and I don't think he would stand a chance against fully seasoned
I'd say you could
hunters.
say the same thing as Arnie. Come on, kill me,
get me a chopper.
But then, it is what it is.
Xena versus Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Xena, warrior princess.
Yeah.
She had no powers.
She has a frisbee.
Yeah, I'm going to say Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman can stop bullets.
Although Lucy Lawless, I will say, is quite hot in that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Gal Gadot, are you high?
She's got that man.
I never said over Gal Gadot. I never said that. I said Xena was hot. But I had a crush on her when I was younger. And
of course.
So it's the nostalgia winning.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But no, an actual fight. Yeah, no, that's a god.
No.
Xena would run at it, and Wonder Woman would just
Well, hang on. What are Xena's actual powers?
She doesn't have any.
No.
She doesn't have any. She's just
She was a warrior princess. That's it.
Oh.
I thought
that's
she
not
was
even
like Lady Hercules.
No.
Yeah, well, I thought she was a demi.
No.
Like a demigod or something.
Nope.
Huh.
Hercules was drawn to her because she was a strong woman, but other than that...
I am going to Google this because I want to make sure I have all the facts to this.
What's your next one while we're waiting for
someone, because some of these are pretty funny.
It just auto-corrected to John Cena. Okay, that's pretty random.
That's brilliant.
Cena, warrior princess. That'd be an image I'd want to see.
Here's a fun one.
This is John Cena in a dress or in like a skirt with a frisbee.
Who would win in a fight between Batman with infinite prep time and Obi-Wan?
Batman.
Obi-Wan with infinite high ground.
Well, no, he's got the high ground. It's impossible.
I'm going to say Batman just because he's always got a plan for his plan. And I think with infinite prep time, he could probably come up with some gadgets and stuff that could counter some of Obi-Wan.
You see, but a lightsaber would still... It's still a lightsaber.
It would kill him. It would kill him, but he's got to get to him.
I know, but let's play this out. Batman's there going, I am the knight. Obi-Wan, that's the cool belt.
Yeah.
Uses the Force, rips his belt away from him, going, oh cool, I've got the gadgets now, and also my lightsaber. So
Again, infinite prep time, I'm pretty sure he's smart. If anyone was smart enough to figure out...
if anyone could figure out something, it would be him.
No, I'm not saying he could negate the Force. Let's not be
ridiculous.
But he might be able to put something into his weaponry that might sort of hinder, make it harder for Obi-Wan to take it.
Well, what's Mike got?
Okay, so... Xena,
warrior princess,
possesses superhuman strength and has a superior knowledge in the art of warfare. She was
in the show. Okay.
No, but in this, she's got Sun Tzu's knowledge of warfare, and she's also got superhuman strength. So it would be quite close.
So does Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman has superhuman strength.
Although Wonder Woman's still quite.
Wonder Woman can get the lasso on Xena and say, "What's your weakness?"
Yeah, I mean. Again, also, Wonder Woman's actually like a god.
Yeah.
So then that kind of puts her at a different level.
In the current, because it's a daughter of the god of war.
Yeah. So that puts her at a different level of character.
I'm going to say that purely.
Although incidentally, her and Kratos would get along quite well then.
She's actually a martial. Xena's also a martial arts
both children of gods of war.
She's actually a master of. She's actually a master of all forms of martial art as well.
But essentially, if a sword can't pierce Wonder Woman's flesh.
Yeah.
All the magical kicking you can do is not going to do anything.
Magic kick.
Let's say Steppenwolf's like axe, which is basically like this death-defying thing. He hits Wonder Woman with that, and it hurt her, but it didn't cut her flesh. So at that point, unless you have a god-level weapon that can actually break her skin, it's a moot point.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, she could throw a frisbee and
piss her off. Yeah, sure.
What was that Family Guy when Superman threw his little chip? That was a minor inconvenience. That's what it would be.
Yeah, throws that little thing.
Yeah.
Right. Sticking with the Jedi theme, this is what someone said. A T-Rex versus a polar bear with a lightsaber. Now, why they added the
T-Rex?
Why they added
a polar bear doesn't know how to use a lightsaber.
No, but it would be like strapped to it.
But it wouldn't have the force powers, and it wouldn't know how to use the force.
Well, the T-Rex, because the polar bear, again, that's a very... No, because essentially...
okay, so to have two lightsabers on each paw, going like this.
Oh,
if it's going like this...
and
if the T-Rex... Now, lightsaber's superheated plasma, but if the T-Rex goes to bite with these little things, he's going to bite, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing the arms. doing the bite. It's, when he goes to bite, he's doing this, and like...
Okay, but we're also forgetting that it's a polar bear. Let's say it's on his hands. Most times when bears walk around, they like to lick their paws. It kills itself.
That's actually, yeah.
So no.
We kind of got a MythBusters feeling happening at the moment.
Yeah, I like this.
And also, lightsabers actually are designed that if the user isn't actually holding it, they will turn themselves off automatically. So
standby mode.
Oh, so it won't just go on.
No.
Well, it depends. Is it the bears though? Did the bear craft it? Did the bear go through Jedi?
Okay, if the bear is a Jedi bear is a Jedi.
Did the bear go to Tatooine and see its aunt and uncle murdered and find out that its father was actually Darth Bear Polar, and then just go that way? Then that's a different story.
Look, different story altogether for the Jedi bear versus a Sith T-Rex. Different story.
And you know what? I think there's a market for that.
What if it's a Sith having a bit of a laugh and he activates it and puts it on the bear and then watches?
Kind of like Austin Powers, sharks with laser beams on their head. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
But then we've got Aquaman with actual sharks with
laser
beams on their head.
Yes, that was...
I could see Dr. Evil just sitting there watching the movie going,
yes, I've got ideas and whatnot.
Now, the most undecided battle ever... apparently is Goku versus Superman.
That one I've heard for years and years and years.
I've heard that one. Yes, there is an answer, and I know...
I think you debunked it a couple of weeks ago.
Look, there is an answer, and the answer is very simple. Goku, easily. And
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
So again, let's actually not even Goku, just a Saiyan. Let's go back to say some of the things. A Saiyan...
I think I know where you're going, Chris.
A general Saiyan warrior is generally in the Super Saiyan universe, or the universe of like the Dragon Ball Z world.
Yep.
Is about power level 1500 or 1100 to 1500. That means he's impervious to bullets, shells, or any missiles of any kind of nuclear weapons.
Superman.
But he's also strong enough to destroy a planet by himself. A Saiyan
with
Prince,
which is
with Vegeta, can annihilate an entire planet by basically holding out his hand like that. That's at 22,000 power level.
That's his final flash ability.
Yeah, final flash. Goku, in current universe, Goku's sitting down, not doing anything, is about 16 billion power level.
Yeah.
That's him. That's him. Yeah, basically, that's him napping. When he actually then Super Saiyans up, it's like 32 quintillion billion power. His power level is so ridiculous. I've gone to like new levels of decimals.
I'm going to take you, Goku. He'll blow and the hole will go straight through.
I love Superman, but that's not even a fight. That's not even like...
Even Goku would say, really?
Yeah, like, Goku, because Goku's a Saiyan. And so when Superman challenges him, he'll go all out, this is an amazing fight. And he'll just go out on purpose. And like, again, that's why, does Superman rise... Because I know one of Goku's abilities is he will rise to the level of his challenge. So when he gets challenged by a bad guy, Goku will train to...
But see, everyone's got their limits. I don't think Superman... The difference, I think, is too vast for Superman, even with unlimited prep time and stuff like that,
So what about the Hulk versus Goku? The Hulk gets more powerful.
No, I don't think the Hulk's more powerful than Superman.
No,
yeah. But you remember he's out of control, so...
Yeah,
true.
Goku's focus...
No, I reckon I agree with Chris.
Yeah,
Goku, I don't think it's even a question.
I think Goku
now,
can be defeated.
I think Goku...
Because also he could... Because, I mean, so everyone uses Goku because Goku is also stupid. Because essentially but essentially if it's a question of say Superman versus Vegeta, that's not even a question because Vegeta's smart and is intelligent and actually has tactical knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
And so then it's not even
Vegeta's my favourite.
Yeah, it's not even a close battle. He'll just like teleport him somewhere and be like, oh bye, teleport back, and leave Superman like floating in the void of space.
Yeah. Vegeta is actually my favourite in the Dragon Ball Z series. I grew up on that show.
Yeah.
Well, then what about Doctor Strange versus Superman?
Ooh, he is weak to power though. Superman is weak to
Superman's weakness is magic.
Superman's weakness is magic, so Doctor Strange will just easily quite comfortably.
Doctor Strange would just do his hand thing.
I think it'd be a good fight to watch. I don't think it'd be as easy as you would think, but Superman's one weakness aside from kryptonite is magic.
Yeah, so then it's a fair.
You know. Okay, now this site that I got these from had a bonus one which I thought was pretty hilarious. How many full-grown men could a silverback gorilla have taken a fight? Knowing they're supposed to have like ridiculously good stamina.
Has this actually been figured out and there is an answer? No? Okay.
Depends.
Is it Gorilla Grodd from Flash or is it a standard gorilla?
Standard silverback.
I'd say at least maybe 5.
No. Like
if
10, 15.
Yeah, okay.
Easily.
Yeah, at least 5. So yeah, okay.
And I saw something. I saw something crazy the other day about gorillas. That's their strength without even training.
Yeah.
Imagine if they hit the gym.
They had a montage.
That needs to be like a movie or a show or something.
Because imagine if a gorilla hit the gym and did some training, then what?
What is it, bro?
Rocky Six or
Gorilla Dude Bro. It's just like these muscular gorillas, just like going. It's like you go to the New Zoo and they're going, hey, the zookeeper's like, oh, you have any questions? Yeah. Why are these gorillas so muscular? Oh, we put some gym equipment in there and they really liked it. And, they're just
sitting there going...
these gorillas just sitting there.
And they've got Monster energy drinks.
Yeah. And they're just pumping the eye and just feeling...
One's got his phone up.
And they're high-fiving each other like...
Good session, bro.
You've seen how quickly you can transform
why is that gorilla all greased
a gorilla into a lad or something?
But again, that gorilla then should try it for professional sports because technically he is close enough genetically to a human that he should be allowed to compete in sports.
Oh, they let her.
Imagine watching even just a football game with a team of gorillas.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Football gorillas.
I reckon a lot more people would watch football.
Yeah, or just like a wrestling match. Can this human? Oh, no, the human can't.
Yeah. Here comes John Cena, and here comes a gorilla, and it's gone. It's done.
Yeah, the gorilla's gone because John Cena.
Oh, yeah, because you know why? Because the gorilla couldn't see him.
Yeah. John Cena. Anyway.
Yeah.
John Cena.
Cool. Well, do you want to give us a short one and then come back and do a whole one on Avengers, or do you want to segue into something else?
All of our meetings happen on air, people.
We'll segue into other things now. So
right, take the wheel, Chris. Okay. I know you got a lot of topics.
So we are about to talk Avengers.
Are we?
Are we?
Were we? Isn't that what you just said?
Oh no, we've got a number of topics that we can sort of cover across. I think the most important one is obviously there's a lot of excitement around the new casting rumours on Batman.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'll leave it to you as the Batman fan.
The Batman fan.
To give you my exact reaction, I'll take you back to about 1:15 p.m. yesterday. When I was not looking at my phone and it was lunch break and I decided to open up my phone and check some messages. I thought it was April 1st for a moment, but then I checked my messages and I checked my Facebook and I was on the balcony outside at work at the time. And I remember bringing my lovely wife and I was almost in tears that we have a sparkly vampire as Batman. Now, people are saying online, I'm just going to, this is my opinion, I'm not a fan.
Yep.
I'm not a fan, even though Matt Reeves is going for a younger Batman for his first film. I think that there was a lot of better candidates with a better CV, a better track record than Robert Patterson. Okay, I personally am not a fan of the man, but that's just my personal opinion. I've seen other actors come out with passion about, if you could play one character, what would it be? Yeah. If you could, and there's a lot of other different, and I've never seen that kind of passion. It was kind of like, oh, how about we just offer this guy? For me, I know for a fact Michael Keaton fought very, very, very hard for his role as Batman.
Yeah.
Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan worked a long time to get that because it was a passion of theirs.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, I was a bit shocked at that news, but then reading into how long he wanted to do this, I had faith. I haven't read anything about that, about Robert Pattinson. I've done I've gone back over and I know he's got a body of work that not everyone is familiar with because he's done a lot of independent stuff. He's done some stage work, some theatre. Most people only know him for Harry Potter as Cedric Diggory and for Twilight as Edward. I don't know the last name, but yeah,
shiny vampire,
sparkly vampire.
We can't go out in the sun because
we did have the discussion, and I think it was you, Chris, that said, "Look, Twilight was bad writing," and I will completely agree with that. Okay, but for me personally, he's got to show me a lot.
Yeah.
For me, because this is my character.
Yeah.
This is my character. This is my Aquaman. This is my Ninja Turtle. You know what I mean? Like this is mine, and I've been a fan of every single Batman that's come along, even Adam West, which I grew up with, Michael Keaton,
I love
everything and I have not seen it. So, and people are online are saying, "Oh, but everyone said that about Heath Ledger." Heath Ledger has a track record before The Dark Knight.
He has a track record for investing in his roles too.
Well, I'll be honest. I saw a fair few of his earlier movies, such as Candy, Two Hands.
Two Hands.
But see,
Two Hands was great.
Yeah.
Knight's Tale is one of my favourite.
Oh, I love Knight's Tale. Yeah.
The thing is with him too is that he actually invests in his roles,
and he did.
That's the thing.
He did.
Knight's Tale. That's a fantastic.
That is a
film.
good.
I loved it. I saw that multiple times. I've still got it on DVD. That movie made me actually cry in the moment when he was with his father and his father's blind. And that's why I was like, "Let me see." Yeah. Now with Robert Pattinson, he's got a lot of work to do for me to... I mean, let's face it, I am going to see the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, I'm not going to go see it. I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
I want to... Obviously, it's early days. Give me a trailer and I'll revisit my opinion. But at the moment, I'm extremely disappointed.
And there's also rumours that, Nicholas Hoult is still in the running.
Nicholas Hoult...
But he's not going to get it because he's not the right kind of... No.
Nicholas Hoult is a great actor. Like, I've really grown to like him in the latest X-Men movies.
I just want the booming Batman voice.
Yeah,
But you don't know what Robert Patterson can or cannot.
And we also don't know, because I've read a few different things, if he's actually going to be on for the rest of the trilogy, because the way that Matt Reeves is talking, there's going to be 15 to 20 years between each movie, timeline-wise, because that's how he wants to do it. No, we're not going to have to wait 15 years for a Batman movie. But no, that's how he's doing it. So this
is long game.
This is essentially year one. So essentially Batman Begins, but a little bit younger. And the second one is going to be what they call current. So whatever is current at that time. And then they're looking at Batman Beyond for the final one, which is fine. And I'm happy with that. But long story short, I'm disappointed. I think that there's a lot of other actors that were considered that I would have been happy with.
You've alluded to why they're doing it in your own sentence.
Yeah.
I'm upset, but I'm still going to go see the movie.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But what does Robert Patterson bring in? He brings in a whole other section of fans.
He does.
That will not...
My wife, you can't see, she's pointing, she agrees with you right now.
So essentially, yes. The Batman fans will go see Batman because it's Batman.
Exactly.
You could have Batman in a pink Batman costume.
Which they did in Season 5 of Batman 66.
It'll be like Batman versus Hello Kitty. And you would still have a bazillion people watching it.
The hardcore guys like me, and that's what I'm under no fault. I'm not saying I'm not going to see this because Robert Pattinson. No, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
It just might affect how many times I see it.
Yeah, you might only see it 3 to 4 times. Yeah. I mean, you might only see it a small,
compared to the others that I've seen, probably in the hundreds.
Yeah, a small poultry. You might only pay. You might only buy several of the items for the merchandise, not all of them. Yeah. So
But I'm not one of those people who are under false expectations saying I'm not going to see it. I am going to see it. To me, he's got a lot of work to do to prove to me that he is right for the role.
I think too. I think for me, it's going to be refreshing seeing. I've always loved the older Batman. The Batman who's been through it. He's had the life. He's at the end, like Ben Affleck, and But it'll be good. I think, in my opinion, it might be good to see a younger Batman. not necessarily Robert Patterson.
I'm fine with a younger Batman.
A younger Batman, you know, like maybe. I don't know about revisiting the origin because it's been done to death.
Please no.
But I would like to see a younger Batman.
I'm fine, and look, I don't have no issue with the age of the Batman. That's fine because of what Matt Reeves' direction is. Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'm even just looking at his repertoire online now, and the only movies I've actually heard of or seen have been Harry Potter and the Twilight.
He's done smaller things.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we're having the same argument that happened in the 80s with Michael Keaton. Mr. Mum as Batman? Oh, you can't have Mr. Mum as Batman. Yeah. He did fine.
He was amazing.
So, again, I'm not saying we should trust Warner Brothers because they've proven that they can't be trusted.
If it was Feige behind it, I'd have a little bit more faith as well, too. But you've got to look, you're right. Look at the track record at the moment.
But if, and let's just say this, if Robert Patterson fits Reeves' vision for what he wants for Year One Batman, that might be fine. We don't know. What if Year One Batman doesn't go off and train for years and come back going, I have a mission and purpose, and becomes a spoiled little dick, and then eventually becomes into Batman? Then obviously Patterson's perfect for that kind of role.
True.
So he might come back and spend his billions and be like, fuck it, I'm Bruce Wayne, and then become later on into Batman. Then yes, he's the right kind of arsehole-looking face.
And there was there is a stage where Bruce Wayne was like that.
Exactly. So this might be that Bruce Wayne. Yeah, okay. There might be only 15 minutes of Batman in the whole movie. It's Bruce Wayne just being
and the movie is called The Batman. I would be very, very disappointed.
I would love them to do it just because it'd be so
and have me walk out of there going, this is my Captain Marvel.
They did it in Godzilla.
Yeah, there was basically 10 minutes of Godzilla in that damn movie.
But now the next movie is just literally just a Godzilla.
Because they realised that.
I question that though because it's supposed to be 20 monsters in
looks
this movie.
Good though. Yeah, it looks good though.
Mothra?
I think it looks good.
King
No, but apparently there's a ridiculous amount of monsters.
Really?
It's not just them. There's other ones.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, it's Monster WrestleMania.
Yeah,
so basically Godzilla got drawn as the first seed, so he's in the ring first, and then all
a Royal Rumble.
And then all other 32 monsters come out.
And the final boss, John Cena.
How good would that be? Godzilla's huffing him, and then all you hear is. John Cena comes out.
And then John Cena starts winning against Godzilla, and then you hear the "Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?" And then the Rock runs out, and then does the people's elbow on John Cena.
He's just got a microphone for some reason.
Godzilla, you've had it too good for too long.
Come on, as if you wouldn't see that movie.
I would watch that at least 7 times.
That movie would be the most amazing film.
That would be incredible. Oh my gosh, The Rock.
You'd want to do basically what they did in Endgame with keeping all the secrets, so you wouldn't know that they're in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then right at the end you'd be like, what the?
All of it, I could. It's raining, and all of a sudden, you see a helicopter comes in, and all of a sudden, there's a massive Titantron screen behind it. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, this is WrestleMania.
Well, not even that. It was just there the whole time. There's no helicopter. It was just there. The Rock was backstage waiting for the entire movie to come out.
Yep. And
he's got Robert Pattinson's got a lot of work to do to impress me. That's all I'm saying.
And look, again, it's too early to tell.
It is. Way too early.
Literally just got announced today.
And it's not announced, it's negotiation. So then basically...
it's still not set in concrete yet.
So generally speaking, Variety breaks most of these stories, and honestly, and not to be one of those snobs, unless Variety or one of the other Hollywood trades picks up a story, it's not real. It's literally there's a reason why they're trusted. And generally when they mean they're negotiating, it does not mean the actress hasn't signed on. It means the actor, they're going, okay, what's the cost, blah, 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 what do you want, what's your principle, what's your blah, 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 well, how many we will sign on for. Because what a lot of the superhero movies want people to do is sign on for basically 5 to 6 possible movies. Yeah. And a lot of actors don't want to do that, so they go, okay, well, I'll do 3, but then...
And I think why it might be a bit more successful with him, because they're looking at him, he signed on for 4 or 5 Twilight movies, however many there were.
Yeah, so you need an actor. Basically, it's a huge commitment for a lot of actors.
It is. But he's young enough. They're probably thinking. Again, I suppose you've got to think of that too. If they are planning to use him in all of the movies, He's young enough for him not to be too old. If they bring out one, say, every 3-4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, look, as we say, it's early days.
Yeah. But I mean, I actually don't mind the casting. Let me tell you why. Because the whole thing is, I like a punchable Bruce Wayne. Like a Bruce Wayne, you look at him and go, you're a dick. You're a dick. But then when he puts the cowl on, it's a different man. And that's the whole thing. Yeah. It's like, because essentially, you look at the cartoons and the anime thing, you see Bruce Wayne, this stoic man, like, hi, I'm Bruce Wayne. Like, you'd be like going, yeah, you're Batman.
Yeah,
but you would not look at Robert Patterson and go, "That's Batman." Yeah, you wouldn't. You'd be like, "It's the perfect cover." You look at
they're trying to separate the two characters a little bit more,
and because that makes sense. You wouldn't want them to.
Because I do want to punch Robert Pattinson in the face. I'm sure he's a lovely guy.
I'm sure he is, but
you get those. It's just. See, I guess I take it personally because this is my guy.
Yeah,
this is not Robert Pattinson. It's Batman. It's my guy. And I've seen him done so well over the last thing. As long as I don't bring in Kristen Stewart as his love interest.
No, she's burned her Hollywood career down.
And Daniel Radcliffe as a Joker or something like that. Let's just leave that.
So let's talk about Disney for a little bit now. So obviously Disney has now announced their schedule. Basically, most studios will try and get ahead of each other by playing the games. Yep. Disney, now as the monopoly of the universe, can now announce what they go. My movies,
all of the gems.
My movies are here. Everyone plan around my schedule. and whilst I liked the deal that brought X-Men back into the MCU, I also hate it because now there's actually less studios making movies. So there's less blockbusters. Bit annoying. So they've announced that. So there's about 4 or 5 unannounced sort of Marvel movies that they've now sort of got time frames for. But I think the thing that should be most interesting to talk about is obviously their December plans, which is basically a Star Wars movie from 22, 24, 26. And on the opposite year, it'll be the Avatar sequel or trilogy.
Yeah.
As Mike said before, he was unaware that Avatar was part of Disney. Yes, Avatar is Disney.
Yeah.
There you go.
It is now.
I thought it was James Cameron.
It is now, yeah.
It is
James because it was made under Fox.
It was made under Fox, distributed by Fox, paid by Fox. It is now a Disney property. So now they've now set up their basically that December. That's
probably why they pushed it back.
Their December period is now locked up completely. So basically, you've got.
It's either going to be an Avatar or a Star Wars.
I'm a little bit sad because I wanted them to go head to head, but obviously Disney are not going to go put their movies head to head with each other. And so look, Avatar, and I've talked to Jamie about this multiple times. He doesn't like this whole Avatar thing because it's a bit late in the game. It was a fine film,
but it was so long ago.
It was so long ago.
That's what I said too.
I remember watching that when I was living at home, and I haven't lived at home in 7 years. You know what I mean? And it was well before I moved out.
Now the second one's been pushed back to 2021.
Yeah, I'm just like
it's been way too I loved the first one. I saw that movie about 3 times.
Yep.
I saw it once. I saw it twice in 3D and once in.
I saw it in IMAX with my dad. I remember it was amazing.
And it that's the thing. It's just so long ago that I just don't care now. Yeah. That movie's come and gone.
But essentially, he wouldn't. And here's my theory. And James Cameron is one of those people that you say you don't bet against in terms of movies. In terms of if he makes a movie, if he actually not him putting his name on a movie like I'm executive producing it. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But if he puts his name on as a producer and then actually does it properly,
he's more hands on.
He's more hands on. You don't bet against the man.
No.
Battle Angel Alita, people say that wasn't really him. That was more Robert Rodriguez. That's why it sort of failed a bit more. But anyway, that's a whole other different conversation.
Or it came out too close to Captain Marvel.
The main issue, the issue is, I still think that he wouldn't do this trilogy unless he had either new technology to roll out or had a really amazing story.
Because the thing with Avatar is that James Cameron came up with Avatar when he was 12.
Yeah.
He grew up with Avatar. That's what got him into movies, was he wanted to do Avatar.
Yeah.
And once the technology caught up, that's when he was able to do Avatar.
Yeah,
so now, as Chris just said, he wants each movie to have some new groundbreaking technology to it.
Yeah, and if he's going to revolutionize cinema with some groundbreaking technology, I have no issue with that movie. They've announced, and they've announced that the cast. There's about 4 or 5 of the kids, the young adult actors, have announced that are all siblings of Neytiri and Jake Sully's character. My question is, why did they make the Avatar for Jake Sully genetically compatible? That was meant to be just a mask they wear to talk to the natives.
Exactly, yeah.
Why did they make it so genetically capable of having children. I thought that was a bit odd. But, you know, whatever. I'm sure there's a scientific thing they'll say for it.
Or they'll ignore it completely.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the first question I was going, wait, that was just the whole movie is an Avatar. That was just a thing they've grown
to Chaos Theory, life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Maybe they're trying to subvert our expectations even.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe it turns
out... I hate the word subversion.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of subversion, let's talk about the people who are doing the Star Wars trilogy.
Game of Thrones.
Benioff and Weiss.
I wonder how many coffee cups are going to be in Star Wars.
I'm sure they'll have a Starbucks cantina somewhere, really.
So, at first when I heard the news, I was upset. Because I was like going... This season hasn't been the best, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. But essentially, the more I've thought about it, I'm like going, okay, look.
Did the fact that it wasn't Rian Johnson...
That made me feel a bit better. That made me feel good. I won't lie, that made me feel a lot better about the whole situation. But the fact that it is different, the fact that it's going to be with Disney, they're not going to let them... essentially, they're not going to let them put out something... Oh, okay, I can't say that now. I was going to say they're not going to put out crap, but I was like, they made Solo, so I can't really say that.
I think they tried to make Solo,
but maybe that was sort of a testing the waters kind of thing, and they've learned their lesson.
I would again, the thing that me and Mike have talked about, the one I hope that we have is we want the Old Republic.
Yes,
100%.
The Knights of the. We want battles of Sith versus Jedi with lightsabers. Basically, look at all the cool Game of Thrones battle, but put every one of those soldiers with a lightsaber.
Now,
look, if you were going to get someone to do it.
Now, see, a little bit of a universe history lesson for you. I don't know if you guys already know, but with the Sith, is funny enough, the Sith that we see in the movies and all that, even in the games, even in the Old Republic games, they are not the real Sith.
They're a pale reflection of their empire.
Pale, muddy waters kind of Sith.
Yeah, so the true Sith are actually, they're actually like 8 or 9 foot tall, red skin. And
Sith Trueborn, True Bloods or something.
Sith, yeah.
That's in the games. Galaxy. But the whole thing about the whole thing is they haven't canonized that yet, so that's not canon.
Okay. So it used to be canon.
It used to be canon. It's not anymore.
Yep.
So I'm very interested. I would love to see what they would do with with like a Sith empire. Because what I would like to see them do with the Sith is some of the Sith, like in the old Old Republic, some of the Sith still use swords because they actually prefer the tactile sensation of killing someone with a sword. Like they actually just preferred the feeling when they run someone through with a blade. It's like that's dark. That's awesome. That's
you've got all these amazing technology now. I still want to stab you with a sword.
Exactly. I want to feel you die on my blade. It's like going.
But I mean, if they base it around Knights of the Old Republic, every male around our age,
we will.
I mean, I don't know, guy. Even some of my friends back from school that weren't nerds. Loved and played and loved Knights of the Old Republic. It was amazing.
Yeah. So
both of them.
That's very again. For Disney, it's an easy win. What does people want? Knights of the Old Republic.
When do we want it? Now.
Knights. It's because essentially it's set so far away from the rest of the Star Wars universe. You could do anything in it and not affect anything. So essentially, you can make new characters, you can make new stories, and it's like they'll be dead by the time 20,000 years later. They're dead. It's fine. So essentially, it's this contained, wonderful universe you can play in. But it's also the height of Jedi versus Sith. So basically you have the maximum amount of lightsaber battling you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And then also, in the same time frame, you can then do the Jedi versus the Mandalorians. And that's even more exciting.
That's my unicorn.
And Revan. Darth God dang Revan.
Yeah. No, look, I've heard things and I would love it to be true because, you know what, it'd make me want to go back and just revisit all those memories and all the... back because I remember I used to be rushing home from school. That would be my weekend, Knights of the Old Republic, and just that'd be awesome.
Okay, that is our wish there. One of the Disney movies that we know they're announcing, I think it's 2020, is the Eternals film.
Yes.
I think they've officially announced Angelina Jolie.
Yes, she as
one of them.
As one of them.
They're trying. She tied around one particular character, Cersei. I can't remember the exact name. I'm just going to try it out. But yeah, she definitely. Yeah. Pretty much on board.
Yeah, and then apparently the rumor, which is for me exciting, is that they're trying to scout Richard Madden. He plays Robb Stark, as he knows, as Icarus, the main character of the Eternals. the energy manipulating flying dude with all the powers, who's awesome. The cool thing about that is, in Game of Thrones, you didn't really get to see a lot of his acting chops because he didn't really have to act very high. He was brooding. He was going, "Winter is coming. We are free and independent people of the North." That was really all he did. I was watching a show on Netflix, I think it's The Bodyguard or something it's called.
Yeah.
There was a scene where he was talking down a suicide bomber on a train, and it was the most intense scene of television you could see. And I was like, okay, yeah, this guy can act.
Yeah.
So if they bring this guy on board, that's another surefire Marvel hit. What are your thoughts on that, Jamie?
Well, I don't know much about the Eternals.
Cersei is what they're saying. And look, you look at the image and it even looks
so that looks like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
So it is Cersei. Not Game of Thrones Cersei, but the other Cersei.
I'm almost backwards when it comes to, comic books and the movies and stuff. It's like I watch the movies and then I go, I want to dive into the comics.
And that's what it should do, yeah.
It should do, actually, yeah.
And so apparently Ego was an Eternal as well, I just read. Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really? The brain guy.
Yeah, the planet guy.
Ego, Thanos, a few others are Eternals. Because essentially the Eternals are just the next step of evolution of a race of people. So for the race of Titans, Thanos was their Eternal. For the race of humans, we got our own versions like Hercules and things that are the next evolutionary step in terms of that. And also technically,
where's the time with the X-Men?
See, that's the thing.
Because X-Men is supposed to be the evolution of humanity.
But that's a small jump. Also, an Eternal is a significant.
So basically, what you're saying is
an X-Men's a step towards being an Eternal,
whereas an Eternal is a full-blown ascension.
Yeah.
So think Daniel Jackson in Stargate.
Yeah. But I think that I was talking to Ryan about before was that I would love to see the Eternal universe, but it has to remain an Eternals film only.
Yes.
Because there's no way that normal Marvel characters can hang with an Eternal in combat.
Not at all.
It is just, and they've never crossed over into other comics as well.
No.
It's
because you can't, because it's impossible. You read the stats on
the MacGuffin.
No, you read stats on Icarus. He can lift 20 tons just by himself without using his powers.
Without powers,
he has full energy manipulation. So essentially, anyone who has an energy weapon of any kind is nothing against him.
I have a little bit of breaking information.
Oh yeah.
On the Eternals. I don't know how it's comic book news. They're quite accurate.
They're very random.
Keanu Reeves is in talks to play Druig,
the villain,
in the Eternal. And he butts head with his cousin Icarus. We've all heard rumours of Icarus coming to this.
Rob Stark versus John Wick.
Charlie Hunnam, as well as Luke Evans, as we discussed. Richard Madden's rumoured, like we said, rumoured as Icarus.
Yep.
But also Charlie Hunnam. It doesn't say... it's
bland,
only a small role.
He's bland enough to play bland characters,
yeah.
So that's fine.
So they're thinking,
let the bland man play bland characters.
They're thinking Keanu Reeves for the villain.
That would be sensational.
Yeah,
that would. Indeed.
Here's the funny thing about Marvel now: they can get any actor they want.
They can.
Before that, they had to go with these low-level actors. Robert Downey Jr. was basically out and out as an actor. He was done. His career was finished.
He just came out of rehab.
Yeah, and so no one wanted him. But then
they took a chance.
They took a chance, and one of the actors took a pay cut, who then got fired.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Terror.
Yeah, just to get him on board.
Yeah,
but then essentially, then you sort of saw them then they started building up this cinematic universe, and they go then Glenn Close is in Guardians. What the hell?
Yeah.
Robert Redfern. It's what the heck?
And him returning for such a small role in Endgame as well.
He's retired.
Yeah.
That's the theory thing. He had physically retired from acting,
and he was
fantastic. They said, "Do you want to do a small scene?" He was like, I'll do a small scene.
Do you want to be part of Hydra and Winter Soldier? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if they've got that power...
Yeah, if they've got that power. Then again, Angelina Jolie. And her being a part of Marvel franchise is not unsubtle because she's...
Part of Disney.
Well, she's done Disney stuff.
She wants to direct and be something big now. So... This is obviously... I guarantee the conversation was, so Maleficent 2, yes... But you're also being in Marvel.
Yeah, and it might give you a small film to direct.
Yeah. I guarantee that.
Exactly.
I guarantee the conversation was a bit more yes, you can get your Maleficent 2. Incidentally, I actually watched that movie the other day, Maleficent 1.
It wasn't bad.
No. Was not terrible.
And then worth a watch?
She acts so amazing. Her acting is so great that it kind of covers up all the other faults of the film. Like she's just. Well, she's such a commanding presence in all her movies.
Yeah.
It's like.
But I mean, reading that, that's the pull that Marvel have. When I first heard Angelina Jolie was signed on for the Eternals, they didn't even question it. I'm like, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Even just reading that article from today, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
very possible. He's the ageless.
He could be possibly finishing up on John Wick with this John Wick Parabellum.
Yeah, well, he is. They're only doing 3.
Yeah,
and they're only doing a Bill and Ted 3, which is not for another year or so.
No, they're filming in June.
Yeah.
But that's not
really?
That's not a very intensive
That's
movie.
not intense.
No, exactly. It's not like it's going to take a lot out of him to do that.
Like, whoa, hang on. I got to get in the character.
Whoa. But I would like to see. I think Keanu could play a good villain. And judging, even though they are Eternals, those Druig and Icarus, they're not really massive guys. They're just because they don't.
Yeah. They don't need
you
to
know
be.
what I mean? They have the powers there. So I would love to see Keanu. We were talking about it earlier as part of the Marvel.
But at the same time, no disrespect to Keanu Reeves because I love the guy, but he hasn't got the greatest range.
He doesn't. No.
But the villain is more of a stoic type, so that works better for him. Yeah,
it would be.
It'd be kind of like a.
The part. I think the part would suit him.
I don't think he's got the charisma to carry like a superhero.
Yeah,
but a villain, I could see that. Oh yeah, I agree with John Wick because it's like he's super cool.
Even the Matrix, he was like written for him.
Yeah,
I'd like to.
Point Break.
I barely remember. Bill and Ted. That was his first film.
Which one was that?
First one, Bill and Ted.
I love Bill and Ted. We watched that recently. I'm a massive Bill and Ted fan.
Bill and Ted is a great film. Again, one of my favorite scenes was when they were like, when he was versing the time. I think it was in A Bogus Journey with the verse of the time guy, and they were just going back and forth the things they were going to do in the future.
Yeah,
so they win
the exactly.
fight.
And it was like, I'm going to put a key in here.
I'm going to go back and it's fine. Put a cage and make sure the cage drops. Aha! But I'm going to go back in time before you go back in time and give myself the key. We're going to go back in time. It's like going, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get myself a gun. Aha! Click. There's the flag. But the last person who wins is us, because he's the one that's going to win, go back in time. Exactly. I was like going...
And that was
that was amazing. I was like going, I love that. That's so great.
I still love, what do you call it? Napoleon at the waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That still holds up.
That's still one of my... that's still one of my favourite films. It's so amazing.
I would definitely be going to see the
Oh yeah, I feel like
it's good to see finally that trilogy get closed out properly.
Yeah, what's it called? It's called Face the Music or something.
Yeah. It's good to see. I like to see trilogies close off correctly and then close off properly.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with this new one because they're all older now.
I would be interested. Is Keanu's character?
Sorry, John Wick. You heard Keanu Reeves talk about what's actually going to happen in that movie. Which is basically like they've become successful, they've had children, they're meant to write the song that that unites the world, but they just don't give a crap anymore because they're so powerful and successful. And then the song comes down and goes, okay, if you don't write the song, the universe ends. You've got 80 minutes to write a song.
Huh. Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
That fits the premise. The first time was they had the big history jam the next morning, so we've got to go back to.
So I was like going.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that movie.
So simple and no, I think we'll be seeing that one. But I'm down with Keanu Reeves being Druig as the villain for the Eternals.
I want him in a Marvel film.
Yeah.
So
I do. He deserves it. He's a genuine good person.
Could you imagine him as an all-powerful villain?
Oh yeah,
like a cosmic level.
But I mean, let's be honest. Marvel movies aren't about the villain. It's all about the heroes and their powers. So
But that would definitely be something I'm.
But so I'm down for Eternals. I really want to see it.
Yes,
it's gonna be awesome because
definitely.
But I do want to. I know I said I don't want to have it, but I think it'd be really, really funny if they do a big Avengers movie and the Avengers fight, they're struggling. All of a sudden, one Eternal comes down, just wins the battle, and flies off away again. Just be like, okay, done. But no, That's very dangerous bringing the Eternals into the Marvel Cinematic Universe because again,
you're right. There's no competition between.
They're too powerful. They need to make sure that
there's no competition.
That they are set in a galaxy far, far away, and also make it very clear they don't get involved in the lower mortals.
Yep, I agree.
Shit.
No.
Because they are. They're just
because if you've got if you say Thanos was the most powerful villain that they've had in the Marvel Universe, and he was the weakest Eternal, and one Eternal could just go, we'll see you later. But you can't have it in the same kind of section. So, but I'm excited. I can't wait for a trailer and more info and everything. Yeah,
it's going to be a while for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Although if they're saying it's 2020.
Well, it's only a year. Depends on when in 2020. We're in 2019. So.
Yeah.
We're almost halfway through 2019.
So pre-production's probably, if they're saying 2020, that means pre-production's done.
Probably summer.
That means they've got the cast 3 months to shoot, 4 months to do reshoots, post-production on CGI and everything. So basically, it'll be the mid to late year Marvel movie.
Well, if there's no new Avengers movie, I'm assuming it'll probably come out around that period. In 2020, around the April-May period next year. If there's no... Well, they haven't even mentioned another Avengers movie yet, so...
No.
You know what I mean? So, hopefully that will come out around that time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts, anyone?
Say no to sparkly vampires.
It's going to be the best Batman ever.
Sparkly Batmans.
Sparkly Batman.
It's going to be the best... It's going to be the best Batman.
You're just happy because I now feel pain like
I know.
Like you said last time.
And now we all look at Michael because what's
your thing?
I have Ryan Johnson. Oh, November 6, 2020 is Eternals. There you go.
Oh, there you go, November.
Yeah, so basically they got this year to do to shoot.
Yeah.
Then a year to do the CGI over the shooting.
Wow.
Yep, so about that.
I reckon we might get a trailer around Christmas, maybe.
Filming a movie is like 3 to 6 months of shooting.
But after Endgame, wouldn't you want to be like,
they want money.
It's a good year.
It's money.
So I would think we would probably get a trailer around about Christmas, maybe early New Year, for at least or a teaser, at least a first look.
Yeah.
So
this is the only next phase Marvel movie that they've actually released.
Exactly. Far From Home, and then that's it.
Far From Home, that's the end of that phase, and then obviously now Eternals is the next phase.
And we know, obviously, we're going to get a Black Panther sequel. We're going to get a Doctor Strange sequel. We know that's coming.
A Captain Marvel sequel.
Captain Marvel sequel, probably.
And she's going to be anointed. She's going to be anointed the leader of the Avengers, leader of the world, and savior of the universe.
And then they're going to lose
to the Eternals.
Well, then when Eternals, Angelina Jolie, Cersei's going to come down and go.
You can fly in space. That's cute.
I think Marvel they've got their card very, very close to their chest after Endgame, and I think once we get the announcement, we're all going to be, after we have a minute to clean ourselves off, we're all going to be ready to do. We'll have all the information, all the news.
See, Eternals to me is the reason why I like Eternals so much is because it's away from Earth. Yeah. Earth was the Avengers thing. To me, that's done. Let's go now into the cosmos and experience.
So what else?
Well, you've got characters like the Living Tribunal. You've got so much to deal with that out there.
Yeah.
You know, Captain Marvel's been out there for 25 years, been too busy to answer Nick Fury's call. There's got to be something going on.
But then you got the questions like, if they're out there and Thanos basically did what he did, why didn't they do anything?
You see,
maybe,
See, I've got a really cool...
But he did it.
I would like to see...
Half the Eternals would have...
No, I would like to see a scene, though, where, the snap happens, you see the Eternals' hands start disappearing, and then you see him just refocus it back into existence, and be like, oh, what was that?
That's their power. Maybe that's the
something insignificant. Okay,
they thought Thanos was so insignificant, even though he was wiping out half of the universe.
But would you really go? Oh, what was that? Okay, something insignificant. Or would you go? Hang on, someone tries to do something.
The Eternals. I haven't read all the comics. I've only read some of the recent ones, but they generally only get involved when one of their own kind tries to do something. Like when one of the deviants of their own kind goes to try to shift the balance, then they'll get involved in that.
Yeah.
So this movie is based around...
That's what Thanos did, though.
Well, this movie is based around...
Actually, here's an interesting theory about the shifting the balance thing.
Yeah.
Thanos wanted balance. He saw his main thing, Thanos' main thing was because he wanted to destroy half the galaxy so that the galaxy
I've just thought of the perfect thing for the Eternals.
So wouldn't the Eternals be like, yep, cool, okay.
No. They start to unravel, they refocus themselves, and then one goes down and creates a rat, and then puts it in Scott Lang's van as the solution. There you go.
You heard it here first.
I mean, come on, this is hilarious.
We can't get involved
because if you didn't have any,
you can't get involved, but.
Or you could just say the security guard that let him out was an Eternal.
Yeah. They can't get involved per se.
Where's Ken Jeong or whatever it was.
Either way, excited for the movie.
But and if you're interested in checking out what that run is going to be based off, it's Neil Gaiman's run.
Oh, is it Neil Gaiman's run?
Yeah, it's Neil Gaiman's run on the Eternals.
Neil Gaiman makes great stuff.
Oh, he definitely does. He's an amazing man.
Yep.
But check out Neil Gaiman's run. You can get the Master Works and everywhere digitally. It's on Marvel Unlimited everywhere. But if you want to know more about it, because not a lot of people do, Neil Gaiman's place to start, and then go back to Jack Kirby because that's an amazing run anyway. But
let's be honest, they're only doing this because Kevin Feige heard that DC were doing New Gods.
Yeah, of course.
And so he wanted to get ahead of them.
100%. And I don't reckon we'll see New Gods now.
No, we're not. No.
That's what Disney does, though.
Yeah, we're not seeing New Gods anymore.
No, which should have been good because Orion and there's a lot of powerful characters there.
I know, but now we're not seeing it anymore because essentially Feige beat them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Andy Serkis came out and said, "I'm doing a Jungle Book movie," and then Disney said, "Are you really?" And then pumped theirs out much quicker than his.
But
his one was better,
and Andy Serkis' one was better,
miles better than the Disney
way
one.
better.
But I think look, DC just need to get their core structure right first before they delve into the gods and the new gods and all that kind of thing. So. But bring on the Eternals. I've read Neil Gaiman's one. It's fantastic. Bring it on. The cast already. Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And then obviously there'll be multiple action figures I'll need to then obviously.
Definitely.
And then the Chris Warner museum.
Are charging for it. No, I agree. It's going to be great.
Sweet.
But I'm excited to see when we're going to hear more about more Marvel.
I want that big announcement of like Kevin Feige rocking on stage going, "Here's my plan."
Yeah,
because he showed us his first plan.
Yeah,
and I like how his plan changed a little bit when he had Humans on his plan board. Yeah, and then they go making
TV show was rubbish.
Then he went like off the plan board.
Well, that could have also been because initially they wanted Inhumans because that was their answer to the X-Men.
Yeah.
So they obviously when the deal with Fox started happening, they're like, yeah, we know we don't need you. X-Men's way more important, and they are. And Humans are good, but that TV show was rubbish. I watched 3 episodes. And
I didn't watch a single one. I was like,
don't waste your time. Yeah. And I'll watch anything Marvel. It was just not good. A giant teleporting bulldog was the only interesting thing about that with Lockjaw, but that was it. But yeah, bring on. I'm in Feige we trust.
Yes, in Feige we trust until he screws up.
For now.
Yeah.
Look again. He's never led us astray yet.
Yeah.
The key word.
Yes.
Let's hope that never comes.
Endgame was incredible.
Yes.
He's not led us astray. 22 films with an overall average of good scores.
No, look, that's amazing record.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't there isn't a single Hollywood producer that can sit there and say, I just launched a 22 film cinematic universe. Actually, no. I just made people watch a 22 season of a TV series posing as movies and made them watch every single one of them. Yeah. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah.
And even the ones that were people didn't like that much, they still made money.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh no, they haven't got the only slight blip on their radar was Ant-Man 2.
Yeah.
But that was also
still a good film.
It was also bad timing because people were so depressed after
Infinity
War. So
how well did that do at the box office?
It was like 400 to 500 million.
So it still made its money back.
You've
got to double your budget to profit.
And that was still a good film.
It's triple because of marketing. You got to triple the thing.
No, but I heard you had to double it.
Yeah, you have to double it to get the thing, but then also 100%. Then it's also like triple it to beat the marketing cost. Yeah. So, that's what they say now.
That's still a good
Hellboy.
Yeah, to make money.
That's such a shame. That was an amazing movie.
Hellboy was.
Oh, I loved Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy
was amazing, and I'd love to see.
But we're never seeing any more of that. So, but let's see if Netflix picks it up because they like
TV show. Yeah,
I would be happy with the Netflix TV show. They just picked up. They picked up Lucifer from I watched Lucifer the season 4 today, and I was like going, "This is amazing. Yeah, it's perfect." I was like going, "You good shit." So I'm like going, "You're continuing." I'm like, continue."
So they've got the money to do that.
Yeah,
Netflix money.
There was no blip in quality. No. It was just there. I was like going perfect.
And I've only seen the first season of Lucifer, but it's a great show.
If you're not watching it, you're crazy. It's fantastic.
But yeah, let's hope that we can get something good for Hellboy because that movie was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the lesson is you don't release anything close to Avengers.
Endgame.
Any on either side of the month, so you just avoid.
Yeah, give it at least a month
because it was Captain Marvel on one side. When it was Endgame.
Actually, basically, if Marvel says they got a release spot, do what they call most cinemas are meant to do. Like honestly, like it's known. if you have an action movie, you don't release another action movie. You do what they call reverse programming. Yeah. You release a comedy or you release a drama. Yeah. So you go, okay, if I don't want to see an action, I can go see like comedy or drama. That's reverse programming. You're meant to do that. You don't release action. I'm going to release my action film too.
But then you also got to think about, and I think we've mentioned this before, not everyone can go and see every movie that comes out.
No.
If you've got Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Hellboy, and you can only afford to go and see 1 or 2 movies that month,
you're going to go see the 22 movie arc.
Marvel, you know what I mean? So I think that hurts it as well. You know, but and look, let's just hope it does really well on Blu-ray and DVD release.
Look, that's where it could potentially make up some money, and then but it's so.
I don't know if we're going to get a sequel.
We're not going to get a sequel, which is sad, but it happened. So look,
hey, we enjoyed it. So that's
it was great. Yeah,
good film, loved it. The Baba Yaga thing was crazy.
Oh, that was insane. Now we can see why I got it R rating just for that scene.
Children again. Children hanging on a rack.
Yeah, it was in the kitchen on butcher's hooks.
You can't go, I don't see the R rating.
R ratings are also based on blood content too.
Yeah. And swearing.
The whole world isn't as desensitized as you, Chris.
That's why Kill Bill was rated R, was because of the.
But honestly, Hellboy should always be an R rating.
I agree.
Demonology, up shit, you know.
No, I 100% agree. It should be R. I'm not questioning the R thing. What I'm questioning is one thing. Okay, the one thing I will question is why do they always like go away from his cloven hooves? Like, why do they always give him boots? Like.
Maybe it's just humanising a little bit.
It's my one thing that I like. It's for ease for the actor, but I wanted the I wanted the traditional Hellboy like cloven hooves that he has. So like, do it properly with the shorts and the cloven hooves. Do it properly, guys. Anyway, that's me. That's it for me.
Okay, well, next time,
Hellboy.
Next time.
No, that was good. Definitely please buy Hellboy. Check it out when it comes out. It needs your support.
I'll buy it.
Right. I will.
Me too.
I think we've reached.
We've given everyone an update and talked about some of the things that have broken our hearts and
Batman
made me weep openly.
The greatest Batman has just been announced, so we'll continue to enjoy that.
And anytime someone sees him in a dark alley and he's got the cape on and he's fighting crime, he's like, "Hey, I'm Batman." Because that's the part of.
And then he opens his cowl and his chest and it's a sparkle.
Hey, shiny Batman! Let's look.
Well, we had the bat nipples. And
if we can live through bat nipple, we can live through shiny Batman.
Can we though?
We can.
Stay tuned to find out.
All right, this is shiny nipple Batman. Well, this is the Hans Zimmer podcast signing.
This is the glittery nipple.
Next week, Andre Boccacelli and
Andre Boccacelli.
And we'll talk about the failures of the band, no doubt, and where it went wrong. All right, guys.
I'm sure we'll come back and discuss Endgame at some point.
And on that note,
peace.
A plane is flying over, and
we are close to a RAF base, I believe.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Peace.